Hello there, my fellow Minecraft nerds. This is Mojo Roberts 2600 coming to you once again with another Minecraft video from the Dudecraft 2 survival multiplayer server on PlayStation 4. And today I've got some news. Are you listening? Are you listening? I'm shooting fireworks at your face. The server will not be starting over. That's right, you heard it here first. And right now, as moderator Jonathan Myrick is watching this video, he is wondering, where is the statue? What did you do? Don't worry, Jonathan. I've just placed the cloak of invisibility over it for a few moments so I could get this shot. And I'll make sure to put it back for you right about now. See, look. See, it's back. No problems, right? Good. Alright. Now, today's episode will be a little bit different than normal. What you'll see in this episode is you won't see any time lapses. You won't see me really building anything. But I'd like to go over a little bit of the rumors and things that have been going around and kind of clear the air a little bit. So we all know, and we've known for quite some time now, that Bedrock will be coming to PlayStation 4 at some point. And it was a matter of Sony working things out as far as crossplay. And they've done so with Fortnite, and they've done so with Rocket League, and I believe Minecraft should be on the horizon. So at some point when that happens, PlayStation 4 users will get basically a new copy of Minecraft, and it'll be called Minecraft Bedrock Edition. You'll still have the copy of this game on your machine, and it will be called Minecraft Console Edition, or Minecraft PlayStation 4 Edition, that you see up at the top of the screen there. Now, I had assumed that when that happens, that we will lose all of our PlayStation 4 worlds, or at least the ability to play with the Better Together update. And you know what they say about when you assume something. Well, folks, I've made a butt out of myself, and I hope I didn't make one out of you too. But the good news is, after a little bit of research, I've discovered that when this happened for Xbox players and for Nintendo Switch players, they were able to import their old worlds from Console Edition Minecraft and bring them into Bedrock Edition. So this is very good news for us as far as the server reset. We will not be doing a server reset, and I plan on staying on this world, building and producing videos for quite some time. So you'll see me in the background here, and what I'm doing is speedrunning the Ender Dragon, going to the end, collecting shulker shells like I do, as always, to refill my shop in the shopping district where I sell shulker shells and ender chests and elytras. But the next thing I wanted to talk about is the music. I've decided that in some of my other videos I've noticed that I've got one bit of music playing, and when I change clips or cut to another clip, that there's a different portion of the music playing in it. It sounds kind of goofy, it sounds kind of choppy, and I took a little bit of inspiration from Hermitcraft player Wells Knight, who tends to put a track of music behind his videos while he's doing things, and it really helps to keep things sort of uniform as he cuts clips and does things. So you'll have to let me know down in the comments how you feel about the background music playing. And what you're hearing is a song called Carefree by Kevin MacLeod. So definitely give me a thumbs up, let me know down in the comments what you think about that, and I'll see what I do for the future. So you'll notice as you see me playing in the background here that I've gotten pretty streamlined at beating the dragon. There's nothing too challenging here for me. Some people tend to have a little bit of trouble, but it's no problem at all. I can do this all day with my eyes closed. If this were Rocket League, I may spam what a save, easy peasy in the chat or something like that. But this isn't. This is Minecraft. So I'm just going to keep shooting this guy in the face, and there he goes one more time, and we're going to run around and do our best not to look at any Endermen, and I've gotten pretty good at that too, so that's not too bad. And if you're watching the video and you're wondering what difficulty we play on normal, survival, all the time. I don't need to put it on hard. I don't need to prove myself in that way, but we don't want it too easy either, so we play normal survival here. And if you play on the Dudecraft server, you already know that, but if you don't play on the Dudecraft server, if you're looking to play on the Dudecraft server, leave a comment down below and let me know that you're a player who would like to join. If you can show me what you've got, and what you've got is pretty decent, we'll bring you on in and get you started. And there goes the dragon. That's all it takes. Nothing to it. And as you know, the dragon drops a ridiculous amount of XP, and if you do this right, if you take off your mending armor and you sort through your tools, you can actually mend up just about everything you have from the XP that the dragon drops. And that's the way I like to do it. I like to make sure everything's healed up back to normal, and gets us a good start to come back and do this again. And then the rest of this will just kind of be for me for future enchanting purposes. I tend to walk around with about 50 or 60 levels at all times. And let's just get up here, we'll collect the egg and get on with our day. Put my stuff back on. And there we go. I can tell you I've lost a few eggs as they fall directly down into the portal that leads out of the end. And every time that happens, I tend to go back to World Spawn and look around for it. It's never there. It used to be the case that it would be there. I don't know what they've changed, but it tends not to go there anymore. I'm just going to fly in here. Try again. Just glide right in here. Splat! Try one more time. Third time's the charm, always, right? And we'll just carefully glide on in here and zoom! We made it. Alright, over here in the end city. Typically what I like to do, because I have wings, I will fly up to the top and start at the very top and start working my way down, collecting shulker shells as I go. And I like to start at the tallest tower, so we'll just get a good line here and cruise on in and get started with punching shulkers. Now, if you want to be a master of the end, which I consider myself to be, a good thing to have is definitely have your wings already when you come in here. But if it's your first trip in, I highly recommend that you have feather falling boots because this happens all the time. Here we are flying way up through the air, and if you don't have wings, you're going to go splat, and it's very helpful to have your feather falling boots. Another thing, which I don't carry, are ender pearls, and it would be useful because as you're floating up, you can just chuck an ender pearl at the ground and it'll leave you right there on the ground and floating up once again, but you're much closer to where you're going to eventually fall down. Another thing that you need to make sure that you have enough of is food. You definitely want to have enough food. Sometimes people like to come in here and they have, 10, 15 pieces of food and they think that's going to be enough. I like to come in here with a full stack of steak, because I do take a lot of damage. I take some falls, and I take some hits from the shulkers themselves. And if you have the food to do it, it's really no problem at all. The worst part is just hitting these guys so they don't teleport somewhere else. That's the worst, especially when they make it to the outside of one of these buildings. It can be tough to recover the shulker and get the shell from him. They like to fall all the way down to the ground at that point. And I always like to collect the chests and the ender chests from here. So I always carry my trusty silk touch. So I'm going to swap out my pick here. I'm going to swap Mojo's pick and put in Silkmeister, because I like to give my tools funny names. If you give funny names to your tools or equipment, let me know down in the comments what you name them and make me laugh. Oh, there's a few more making noise around here. One teleported way up there. That's the odd thing too, is sometimes they teleport when you don't expect them to. I know that if you kind of go up and hack and hack and hack, that they immediately teleport away and you have to go searching for them. Sometimes you can just stroll up and punch them once and they teleport away, and that I don't really understand. But there's another shell there. Now, I said that the worst part is finding the shulkers if they do teleport, where they teleport to. That may not be the case. I think maybe the worst part is constantly floating up and then waiting for your time to come back. Float up to the top here, and here we are, just waiting. Oh, we're on the ground again. Let's go down. And that can be a little time consuming. It can be a little bit frustrating, but hey, it's not too bad. Yeah, here we go again. I gotta float up here and wait. Now's the time, sir. You will pay for what you've done to me. Just dodge that. Get out of the... Give me your goodies. All right. And I'm certain he probably dropped his shell way down here. So let's just get down on the ground. And yeah, there it is. And not a big deal. Just fly back up to the top. We're up to 3 shells already. And let's get started on this next tower. So as I carve my way in here, something I've noticed, if you look down below, is that the, we'll get a better look at it in a second here, but the stairs, the half-slab stairs that you used to climb up the center of these towers, seems to be missing with the latest update. I don't know if that's a glitch, I don't know if that's intentional. It's something I'll have to look into, but I don't quite understand it, because if you didn't have wings to get up here, there's no real way of getting up there short of pillaring up, and we all know making pillars is a noob move. But if you do encounter any weird glitches or oddities that you feel are bugs, you should definitely go on to the Minecraft.net bug tracker, and if you just search Minecraft bug tracker, it's like the first website that comes up. But definitely, if there's anything in the game that you noticed, they depend on feedback from us when they do these updates. There's a lot to them, and they don't always know exactly what's there before they put it out. And sometimes things get past them. It's always good for us, the players, to let them know exactly what we found, and if they can do something to fix it, they absolutely will. Typically, when we get an update, we end up getting another update about a week or two later that's entirely based on fixing bugs that have been found in the most recent updates. So definitely check that out, Minecraft.net bug tracker, and let them know if you find anything. And that's the great thing about this game, is that they do listen to users of the game. They don't always do what we want them to do, but they definitely do listen to us. And if I had one thing that I would like to suggest for the game, is that maybe each time we kill a shulker, we get a shulker shell. Could that be a thing? Could that be a thing, please? If you're listening. But yeah, that'd be nice if we had that. Nothing more frustrating than fighting your way and finding a shulker, especially ones on the outside of the buildings here. I'm going to go chase this guy. But, I mean, if I go all the way out here and I fight and I don't get a shell, well, I feel sort of defeated, and I wish they would change that. So if you're listening, Mojang, if you're listening, Microsoft, 4J Studios, whoever, give us shells, man. Give us shells. We want a shell every time we beat a shulker. Do it. Do it now. They're not listening. But hey, if there's one thing you could change about the game, if there's something you could make different, what would it be? If you were a developer or programmer of Minecraft, what would be different? What would you change? Guys, I'm back up here. I got 6 shulker shells so far, but I don't want to bore you with this End City raid any longer. So I'm going to do a little skip ahead here and let you know what I come up with at the end. And we're back. So I made it up to 17 shells, not too bad. Not the greatest. I was hoping for one more, actually. If I get one more, I could make 9 shiny new shulker boxes. But we got 17, and that's a good start. If I want to come do this again later, I will do that. But next, what we're going to do here is what we do every time we beat the Ender Dragon here on Dudecraft, and that's exit and save. Saving, finalizing, saving, preparing to save. Sometimes this takes entirely too long. Alright, so we're back out here at the main menu, and we're going to go back into the Dudecraft, and you'll see that it's always in survival mode, always normal difficulty. And we're going to reset the end. And what this does, it makes it so we do not have to use crystals to respawn the dragon, or take the chance of getting an empty end city after fighting the dragon. This saves on resources, also, being that I was standing in the end when I reset the end. When we load in here, we're going to load directly back into the last bed I slept in. And that should be not at my castle, because where I slept was over by spawn in the mystery house that no one knows who built this place. And yes, here we are. Back out at the mystery house by spawn. And let me see if I can get some... No, there's no wood in here. I was hoping to convert my shulker shells. Noxious143 has joined the game. Guys, if you like my videos, you should definitely stop over to Noxious. Has a YouTube channel, and it's called Ultimate Attractions. I'll put the name down in the description so you can click on over there and check out his videos. He's also begun recording from the Dudecraft server, and I like the guy. He's a good guy. He makes some good stuff, and I enjoy the videos that he puts out, so definitely go check him out. So that'll just about wrap things up for me here today. I'm going to jump off of here and take a little fly around. This is the area around World Spawn. And there's a few things around. need to get to making this area a little more beautiful, and that'll be some community project type stuff where we all come together and build some things, and I look forward to that. But guys, it's been great to let you guys know that this server will not be ending. There will be no world reset, and I'm very pleased to know that I will be able to play on this server even after the Bedrock update hits. But ladies and gentlemen, that's about all I got time for today. This is Mojo Roberts 2600 from Dudecraft saying, see ya!